Hey friends, I had an article come up in my feed that really intrigued me. So I deep dived into the research, the science of it, and it's why or how gardening is actually very good for your brain. And knowing me as I mature, I'm finding things are slipping a little bit. So yeah, it's one of the reasons I found this completely fascinating. Yeah, I made sure I dove into the science. It wasn't just a newspaper article or article that popped up online. You know how those things can be a little limited in as far as scientific facts. But I wanted to know how gardening actually helps me. And I know on an emotional level that when I am stressed, etc., going out into the garden, how it makes me feel better. I know it is better for my body because I'm moving rather than sitting and all of the above. But what is science telling us now that really is kind of wonderful to know? So yeah, one of the things that brought out, or one thing that says that gardening is incredibly good for the brain, and it's not just in a vague way. This is in a tangible way. It's measurable. So let's walk through what's going on when we are out in our gardens. So first of all, gardening helps lower stress, and this is actually measurable. And maybe you don't need to be told this because you've actually felt it, but the clearest scientific findings is how gardening affects us on the stress level. So when we're stressed, our body releases cortisol. Over time, excess cortisol can affect mood, our energy, and even our overall health. So studies have shown that gardening significantly lowers cortisol levels in our bodies. And this is even more so than maybe indoor activities or like reading. I love to read. I find it very relaxing. It is like a vacation without leaving home. But the fact is that gardening does reduce cortisol even more than relaxing with a good book. Why? Why does it lower the cortisol? I'm going to go down through a list. Number one, being surrounded by greenery naturally calms your nervous system. Gentle physical movement helps your body process the stress hormones, work them out. And simple repetitive tasks like planting or even weeding create a calming and almost meditative rhythm. So it's just not feeling relaxed. Your body is actually shifting into a more balanced and restful state. Next is, it keeps your brain active and engaged. And for me, growing older, this is important. Gardening may seem to be simple on the surface, but your brain is actually doing quite a bit behind the scenes. So when you're gardening, you are one, planning what to plant and where. You're problem solving. Why is this plant struggling? Or number three, using coordination. You're digging, pruning, and sowing. And four, you're paying attention to detail. Your soil, the moisture, the light. This kind of activity supports neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to adapt and form new connections. Research shared by the Alzheimer's Society has even linked regular gardening to a lower risk of dementia in older adults. So that's really something powerful if you think about it. Now, my grandmother had dementia when she got older. Now, they said it was from brain injury she had in a car accident, but yeah, if gardening, as simple as it can be, has that much of a bonus effect, I'm all for it. So the next one, gardening gets you moving. So, and our brains love that. The oxygen flowing through our system. So when you often think of exercise as something intense, but your brain benefits from gentle, consistent movement. So that is encouraging. It doesn't have to be a high intensity workout. So why does gardening count? Well, number one, blood flow to the brain. It does help with the blood flow. oxygen delivery because of the blood flow, production of important brain supporting compounds. So one of these, I'm gonna have to read this, is called BDNF, brain derived neurotrophic factor, which helps support memory and learning. Yeah, I seem to, if every now and then you'll see me grasping for words and whatever, that's something I've noticed in the last year or so happening more. So finding out this is something that really resonated with me. And so more gardening, more gardening. So research in neuroscience shows that regular movement, even moderate activity like gardening, can help slow cognitive decline as we age. So get out your trowels, friends, and start digging. So the next one, I like this one. It can lift your mood naturally. So I know I feel a lot better when I've gone out to the garden. Now I sit at my desk quite a bit because I take care of book work for a company. I also have to edit my videos, all of the above. I do my research, so I'm there, but I'll take breaks and I'll go out to the garden and I'll work a little bit. Even if it's just weeding like a 3-foot by 3-foot patch, I feel so much better. It lifts my mood. Now, why? Why does it lift your mood? There's actual reasons. Sunlight helps your body produce serotonin, which is a feel-good chemical. Physical activity encourages dopamine release, which is linked to motivation and pleasure. And interestingly, soil itself may play a role. There is naturally occurring soil bacterium. Let me see if I can pronounce this. Mycobacterium vaccae. I probably said it totally wrong. That researchers have studied for its potential to support mood by interacting with the body's immune and nervous systems. So while more research is being done, early findings suggest that simply working in the soil may contribute to that sense of well-being that we all experience. As gardeners, we felt it. So gardening helps restore your focus. So I have found this. Sometimes my brain is just scattered and I'll go out and do a little bit of gardening where it's something repetitive, even weeding, maybe sowing, maybe even just observing. I come back and I'm feeling clearer headed. And there's a reason for that one too. So nature helps restore what scientists call attention fatigue. I found this one so interesting. Modern life asks us to focus constantly. Screens, tasks, decisions. This kind of focus wears us down. And this is where I see a lot of people, what they say, they felt happier when they stopped looking at their phone all the time or whatever, because that creates a mental fatigue. All the digital, all the reels, the jumping from thing to thing, it just starts to make you feel mentally exhausted. So researchers at University of Michigan found that time spent in natural environments can improve memory and concentration. So gardening gently holds your attention without demanding it. So when you're out deadheading flowers, that's another mindless task I love to do, or watching bees move from bloom to bloom, your brain is quietly resetting itself. Yeah, more gardening for everybody. Okay, next is supports emotional well-being. So it's not just physical gardening, it's not just physical, it's deeply emotional in a positive way. It gives you 1, a sense of purpose, 2, a daily rhythm, 3, something to care for and nurture, and 4, visible progress, which we don't always get in other parts of life. And that's what I was talking about. When I go out and I weed like a 3-foot by 3-foot area, it doesn't sound like much. But when I do that, I can see progress. The patch next to it may have weeds, look a little unruly, but I've taken care of that one patch. I can go out and look at that and feel satisfied. are gratified in that I accomplished something and it turned out beautiful. And it didn't take me that long. So let's see. Because of this, gardening is often used in therapeutic settings to help with anxiety, depression, and even recovery from trauma. I've seen that on garden programs where it talks about like hospitals, recovery centers, etc., having a garden area where they can wheel people out, even in beds that are on wheels. They wheel them out into a garden, and people can't always participate, but they can watch others in that garden or just absorb the natural environment, and it aids in healing. It speeds it up. So there's something grounding about tending something that grows slowly and steadily over time. This is something you don't get from popping in a ton of plants in an area and have an instant beauty. This is something that is where you nurture something along. And I'm not dispelling the joy of planting things like I said, but you know what I mean. Slow gardening, that nurturing that helps with your emotional well-being. So next, it engages all your senses. Gardening is a full sensory experience. So there's the colors of the flowers, there's the scent of the herbs and the blooms, or even of the soil, and the feel of the soil in your hands. It's tactile. The texture of certain plants, like, let me see, get this over here. Like this. I thought this was lamb's ear. It is not. We'll discuss this in another video. But yes, this feeling, some of these things, they just ask to be felt. And you reach out and touch things, that feeling on your hands. So, and then the sounds, the birds, maybe water fountains, and even the breeze blowing through the trees. Sometimes, or wind. Here, because I'm surrounded by tall evergreens, and when the wind is blowing, sometimes it's up high in the trees, and that sound of the wind blowing is very relaxing. I'm not getting much wind movement down here, but at the 200-foot height, as tall as these trees are, or 150 foot, whatever they are, you hear it going through the trees, and it's just so soothing. So this kind of multisensory engagement is especially important as we age, because it helps keep neural pathways active. And it's one of the reasons garden is often recommended in memory care settings like dementia centers and Alzheimer's centers. Yeah, like I said, I have found this so interesting when I deep dived into the research. So even a small garden, you don't have to have a big garden, makes a difference. And that's so encouraging. You don't need a large garden to get these benefits. A few containers on a patio, a small raised bed, even a handful of plants. All of it counts. Consistency matters more than the size of your garden. So here's a gentle reminder for you. Gardening is not a cure-all. And it doesn't replace medical care, of course, when you need it. But it is one of the simplest and most accessible ways to support your brain, your mood, and your overall well-being. So, and the best part, you're probably already doing it if you're here on my channel. So the next time you're out in your garden, whether you're planting seeds or pulling weeds or sitting there with a cup of coffee and just enjoying the sights and sounds of the bees, butterflies, and birds, then you're not just growing flowers and vegetables. You're supporting your brain. Not only your brain, but your body and your peace of mind in ways science is just beginning to understand. And so, yeah. Just get out there, enjoy your garden, and give yourself that mental boost and emotional boost today. I will see you in my next video. And please, if you have any other information about this, please put it in the comments below. And I will see you in my next video.